Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly, and today our topic is how to automate Calendly meeting cancellations for invalid invitees and send Slack notification. So I'm a business consultation coach and I'm receiving my bookings from Calendly. Now what I want to do is I want to automatically cancel invalid invitee events in Calendly, and for that what I'm going to do is I'm going to validate the emails by using zero bounce, and as I'm going to get the invalid emails for my invitee, then automatically by using Calendly I'm going to cancel that event for that invitee. And as I'm going to cancel that event, I'm going to send a notification message to my team on Slack. So here for my objective, what I need to do is I need to build a connection between Calendly, zero bounce and Slack. So for building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing software for automation and integration. Now with Pabbly Connect, whenever I'm going to receive a new invitee added in my Calendly account, then automatically first I'm going to validate that email by using zero bounce, and as I'm going to receive the invalid email, then automatically it will cancel that event in Calendly and it will send a notification message on Slack. So how I'm going to build this connection? For that, let me take you to my computer screen. I hope all you can see my computer screen, and today we are going to see that how we can automate Calendly meeting cancellations for invalid invitees and send Slack notification. So suppose here you run a consulting or a coaching business and you use Calendly to schedule meetings with potential clients. But however, sometimes people who book meetings do not meet your qualifying criteria like invalid email addresses, unqualified leads or irrelevant industry inquiries. So here what you want to do is you want to automate the process of cancelling these meetings and notifying your team on Slack so they don't waste time for preparing for invalid meetings. So imagine I am a business consultant who offers free 30 minutes consultation through Calendly, and I have certain criteria for the people who can book these consultations. So here my condition is that they should have a valid email address. Now when someone who doesn't meet my criteria for booking a meeting, I want to automatically cancel the meeting and notify my team on Slack. Now here for cancelling these Calendly invitees and for verifying the email addresses, I'm going to use zero bounce. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect Calendly, zero bounce and Slack in such a way that whenever I'm going to receive a new booking from Calendly, then automatically I'm going to verify the email address of that invitee by using zero bounce, and if that email address is invalid, then automatically I'm going to cancel that invitee or that meeting, and I'm going to send Slack notification for that cancelled event or meeting. So here for setting up this automation, I need to use Pabbly Connect. And with Pabbly Connect, I'm going to connect Calendly, zero bounce and Slack without any coding and programming skills. So here for using Pabbly Connect, I need to open a new tab and I need to search for pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And this will take us to this landing page of Pabbly Connect. Now here in the landing page, I have these two options of sign in and sign up for free. If we don't have any account with Pabbly Connect, then we can just click on this sign up for free button, and this will take only 2 minutes of our time and we will get 100 tasks free every month. Or if we already have an account, we can just sign in and we will get to see this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I just need to click on this Access Now button under Pabbly Connect, and this will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Now here in the dashboard, what I need to do is I need to create a new workflow, and for that I'm going to click on this create workflow button and this window will pop up. Now here I need to name my workflow, so I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to automate Calendly meeting cancellations for invalid invitees and send Slack notification. Now I'm going to select the folder where I want to save my workflow, so I'm going to open this tab, and here I will find all the folders that I have in my Pabbly Connect account, and I'm going to use this particular folder of Calendly, so I'm going to select this, and now I'm going to click on create, and this will take us to this most important window of our workflow. And here in this window, I have these two boxes of trigger and action. So trigger and action are the two main principles on which our workflow works on, and trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow, and action is just going to follow that. So here in our workflow, we need to first set up our trigger, and here we can only set up single trigger step and multiple action steps. So here for setting up my trigger, I need to first search for my trigger application, and here my trigger application is going to be Calendly. So I'm going to search for that, and I'm going to select Calendly here. Now I have to give a trigger event, so I'm going to open this tab, An invitee created by organization will be my trigger event, so I'm going to select that. And now I have to connect Calendly with Pabbly Connect in my workflow, so I'm going to click on connect. I will click on add new connection, and now I have to click on connect with Calendly. And here I have successfully connected Calendly with Pabbly Connect, as I have already logged into my Calendly account in my browser, so it has detected that. Now I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect. And here in Pabbly Connect, I have these two options of organization and the user. So I only have one organization that is already selected, and in this organization, I have this user or admin. So I have selected that too. Now here what I need to do is, I need to click on save and send test to quit button. So I'm going to do that. And here I have this important note that says, make sure you have a Calendly Pro plan in order to use this integration. So for setting up this automation, I need to have a Calendly Pro plan. Now here we can see it is waiting for response. So for getting this response, I need to first create a new invitee in my Calendly account for my 30 minutes consultation meeting. So I'm going to take you to Calendly, and here this is my event or my meeting. So I'm going to open that. And here I'm going to open my booking page. So I'm going to click on this view live page. And now here I'm going to create a new invitee. So I'm going to first select my date, that will be 27th of September. I'm going to select the time, and here the timing will be 9:30 a.m. I'm going to click on next, and now I have to fill all the detail of my invitee. So here the first name is going to be Michael, last name will be Karas, and I have to give an email. So here I'm going to give an invalid email. So I'm going to type my email address, that will be a random email, and that should be an invalid email. So here in the email address, I have added a random email address, and this is an invalid email. Now I'm going to give the phone number. This is also a random phone number, and now I'm going to click on schedule event. So I'm going to do that. And here I've created this new invitee in Calendly for my 30 minutes meeting. Now I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect. And here in Pabbly Connect, we can see I have received this response. So this is the response of the invitee that I've just created in Calendly. And here I have all the detail of my invitee, like I have this random email address, I have the first name that is Michael, I have the last name that is Karas, and also here I have the random phone number of my invitee. Now here in this response, we can see I have all the detail of my invitee and the detail of my event for which he has created this booking for. Now what I need to do is, I need to first use this email address, and I need to check that whether this email address is valid or not. So for that, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to set up my actions tab. And for verifying the email address, I'm going to use zero bounce. So I'm going to search for that, and I'm going to select zero bounce here. Now I have to give my action event. So I'm going to open this tab, and here validate email will be my action event. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to connect zero bounce with Pabbly Connect in my workflow. So I'm going to click on connect. I will click on add new connection. And now for connecting zero bounce with Pabbly Connect, I need an API key. So for getting this API key, I need to first log into my zero bounce account, and then I need to go to API keys, where I will find my API key. So for this, let me take you to zero bounce account. And now I'm going to go to API, and here in API section, we can see I have this API key. So I'm going to first make this key visible, and I'm going to copy this key. Now I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect, and I'm going to paste that API key here in this tab of API key. Now I have added the API key, so I'm going to click on save, and here I have connected zero balance with Pabbly Connect. Now here I need to validate my email address, so I'm going to give the email address of my invitee that I have received as a response from Calendly. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use my response of Calendly, and I'm going to map that detail here in this tab of email. So for that, I need to use mapping, and what mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous steps, and the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So for mapping, I need to click here. I will open this response of Calendly, and here this is the email address. So I'm going to map this. And now what I need to do is, I need to click on save and send test to quit button to validate this email address. So I'm going to do that. And here we can see I have received this response. So here in this response, I have received this status that is invalid. So this means this email address is invalid. And now what I can do is that as I have validated the email address, I can cancel this meeting for this particular invitee. So before cancelling this meeting, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to set up a filter that I'm only going to cancel the invitee meetings for which I'm receiving the invalid emails. So for that, I'm going to set up one more action step here. And here I'm going to use filter by Pabbly, so I'm going to select that. And now I have to give my action event, so I'm going to open this tab, and filter values will be my action event, so I'm going to select this. And I'm going to connect filter by Pabbly with Pabbly Connect in my workflow, so I'm going to click on connect. And here I need to give my label, filter type and value. So in the label, I'm going to use the status of 0 bounce, where I'm going to receive the validation for my email. So I'm going to open this tab. I'm going to open this response of 0 balance. And here I'm going to use this label of status. So I'm going to select that. And here my filter type is going to be equal to, and now I have to give the value. So in the value, I'm going to type invalid. And now what is going to happen is that every time I'm going to receive this value of invalid in the status of my 0 bounce account, then it will mean that the email address is not valid and I can cancel the meeting that my invitee has booked. Now I have filled all the required details, so I'm going to click on Save and Send Test to Quit button. And here we can see I have received this response. So in the status I have received success, and this means that my condition is true. So this means that the email address is invalid and I can cancel my Calendly meeting. So for that I need to add one more action step. And again I'm going to use Calendly, so I'm going to search for that. And I'm going to select Calendly here. Now I'm going to give my action event, so I'm going to open this tab. And cancel event will be my action event, so I'm going to select this. And now I'm going to connect Calendly with Pabbly Connect in my workflow, so I'm going to click on connect. And I have already built this connection between Calendly and Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to use this existing connection and I need to click on save. Now I have to give my event UUID. So how I'm going to get my event ID? So for that I need to go to my response of Calendly first, so I'm going to open that. And here in my response we can see I have received this resource event, and here I have received the resource event URL, and in this particular URL after this slash I have my unique ID for my event. Now what I need to do is I need to retrieve this unique ID from this resource event label, and as I'm going to retrieve this event ID, I will get my event's unique ID. So for retrieving this, what I need to do is I need to add one more action step between filter and Calendly, so I'm going to add that. And here I need to use text formatter by Pabbly, so I'm going to search for that. And I'm going to select text formatter by Pabbly. Now I have to give my action event, so I'm going to open this tab. And here I'm going to use this action event of split text, so I'm going to select this. And now I'm going to connect text formatter by Pabbly with Pabbly Connect in my workflow, so I'm going to click on connect. And now I need to first give my text to split. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of Calendly. And here this is my text for resource event, so I'm going to map this. And now I have to give my separator. So here I'm going to use this slash as my separator, so I'm going to type that. And now I have to give my segment index, so I'm going to open this tab. And here last will be my segment index, so I'm going to use last here, and by using last as my segment index, I'm going to get the detail of the last text that is after this slash. Now I'm going to click on Save and Send Test to Quit button. And here we can see I have received this result. So in the result, I have received the unique ID for my event, and I can use this to cancel the event in Calendly. Now I'm going to open this response of Calendly. And now I have to map my event's unique ID. So I'm going to click here. I will open the response of text formatter by Pabbly. And here this is my event ID. So I'm going to map this. And now I have to click on Save and Send Test to Quit button. So I'm going to do that. And here we can see I have received this response, and this is a positive response, and this means that I have cancelled a new event. So here I have cancelled this event because the email address that I have received as a booking was invalid. So for that reason I have cancelled the event, and now what I need to do is that as I have cancelled this event, I want to notify my team on Slack. So for that I need to add my last action step. And here my action application is going to be Slack, so I'm going to search for that, and I need to select Slack here. Now I'm going to give my action event, so I'm going to open this tab, and send channel message will be my action event, so I'm going to select this. And I'm going to connect Slack with Pabbly Connect in my workflow, so I'm going to click on connect. I will click on add new connection, and now I need to connect with Slack, so I'm going to click here. And now here for connecting Slack with Pabbly Connect, I need to give my token type. So here my token type is either going to be user or bot. So I'm going to type my token type as user. And I'm going to click on save. And now I have to scroll down, and I need to click on allow to give access to my account. So I'm going to do that. And here I have successfully connected Slack with Pabbly Connect in my workflow. Now first I need to give my channel where I want to send my message. So for this, let me take you to Slack. And here in Slack, I have this particular channel that is named as Schedule Meetings. So here this is going to be my channel where I want to send my notification message for every cancelled event. So for this, let me take you back to Pabbly Connect. And here for selecting my channel, I need to open this tab. And here in this tab, I will find all the channels that I have in my Slack account. And I'm going to search for my channel of Schedule Meetings. And now I have to give my message that I want to send as a notification for every cancelled event. So here my message will be meeting cancelled, and in this message I'm going to add the detail like the invitee name, the reason and the cancel meeting detail. Also here the message ends with this meeting was automatically cancelled due to not meeting the required criteria. No further action is needed. Now here I'm going to map the name of my invitee. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of Calendly. And here this is the first name. So I'm going to map this. I will give a space and I'm going to map the last name. Now here I have the reason, that is invalid email or unqualified lead. So I have already given the reason. And now I have to give the detail of the cancelled meeting. So I need to click here. I will give a space. I'm going to open this response of Calendly. And here I need to first give the name of my event. So this is my event name, that is 30-minute meeting. So I'm going to map this. I will give a comma and I'm going to give the start date and time. So here this is the start date and time of my event. So I'm going to map this. And now here I have filled all the required details. And as I have mapped all these details in my workflow, so what is going to happen is that every time I'm going to receive a new response from Calendly for the new invitee, then automatically all these details that I have mapped here are going to get replaced with the new details in the real time. Now I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request button. So I'm going to do that. And here we can see I have received this response. So this is a positive response, and this means that I have automatically sent a notification message for the cancelled Calendly event in Slack. So to check whether I've sent the message on Slack or not, let me take you to my Slack. And here this is my Slack channel of Schedule Meetings. And in this we can see I have received this message, that is meeting cancelled. I have the invitee name, that is Michael Karras. I have the reason, that is invalid email or unqualified lead. I have the cancel meeting detail, that is 30-minute meeting, and this is the start date and time of my meeting. This meeting was automatically cancelled due to not meeting the required criteria. No further action is needed. So here we can see I have sent this notification message for the cancel event that I have cancelled due to invalid email address of my invitee, and I have verified that email address by using zero bounce. So here we can see that automatically as I have received a new invitee through Calendly for my meeting, then I have first checked the email address of that invitee, and the email address was invalid, so I have automatically cancelled that event or that meeting in Calendly, and I have sent the notification message on Slack. So here I have successfully created this automation between Calendly, Zero Bounce and Slack, and now every time I'm going to receive a new Calendly invitee, then automatically I'm going to first check or validate the email address of that invitee, and if that email address is invalid, then automatically by using Calendly I'm going to cancel that event and I'm going to send a notification message on Slack. So here I've successfully created this automation and the system between Calendly, Zero Bounce and Slack with the help of Pabbly Connect. So let me take you to Pabbly Connect. And here I've connected Calendly, Zero Bounce and Slack to automate Calendly meeting cancellations for invalid invitees and send Slack notifications. So let's summarize what we did here. So first I've set up my trigger, and my trigger application was Calendly, and my trigger event was invitee created by organization. Then I've set up my actions tab, and my action application was Zero Bounce, and my action event was validate email. And after this I have set up my filter, and here in the filter I have set up the condition that I'm only going to cancel the invitee meeting that has the invalid email addresses. After this I have used text formatter by Pabbly for getting the unique ID for my event, and after this I have again used Calendly for cancelling the event, and in the last I have used Slack for sending the channel message. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow, and you can also create this workflow by following all these steps that I did in my workflow, and I'm also going to put the link of my workflow in the description so you can check it out from there, and thank you for watching this video. Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this by using Pabbly Connect. So if you want to reach out to us, then email us at support@pabbly.com. And if you have any queries, then you can write us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any issue with the pricing, then you can visit this link. And if you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.